Hey guys, welcome to today's video. In today's video, I am just gonna be chit-chatting, and I pulled out some makeup that I don't want to say that I haven't used in a while, but some of them I haven't used for a while, and I used to love these products, and some I still do. So if you're interested in that, I hope you consider subscribing and stick around. Now, the first thing that I want to show you guys, so I can go ahead and clear off a little space, is this is the sponge I'm going to be using. This has absolutely nothing to do with the theme of this video, but so, and I'm going to talk more about this in another video, but this this is the dry and this is the wet. This doubled in size, guys. Look at that. I mean, yeah. So, and it is super soft. When I pulled them out and I felt it, I was like, oh, this is super soft. You know, sometimes you get sponges and you don't know if they're going to expand, and it's just kind of like, ugh, this is hard, this is not worth it, da 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 da. This puppy said, I'm here. So, I am going to use this sponge. I'm going to gather my things together so we can start on this. Get ready with me. Nothing new. Okay. Cleared off my space a little bit. I am going to go in. This is not part of the theme of this video as well. I've been testing out the LYS Secure Skin Gripping Serum Primer, and I've used it. I enjoy it. I used it with a foundation that I really enjoyed. It was a fantastic foundation, and I'm going to use it today with my SAS Cosmetics CC. This was reigning queen for a long time, so I want to see how that wears with this. I enjoy this so much after one try that I went back on the website and ordered another one because they were like $6, $7. So, and I liked it. And I haven't heard anything really negative about LYS. I did have a code with them, but I don't think it works anymore. You can try it. It's in the description box. But, I mean, I got that off of it. Well, it's Ipsy now. But, yeah, for whatever reason, I am still allowed to purchase. But I don't get the box. I'm not subscribed to the box anymore. Now, this does feel a little bit stickier today than it did the last time I tried it. And that could be, but it's not a bad sticky. And it could be I had put on moisturizer the morning that I tried it for the first time, thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, and it dissipates, but still there is that noticeable difference. So now I'm going to let this sit on my face for maybe 5-10 minutes, long enough to kind of settle in. And I'm going to prime my eyes. And I'm going to prime them with the P. Louise, with my Mitchell, the collab they did, the Acid Rain collab. This just happens to be in the shade 01 Blank Canvas. And it's the same thing. It's just this stuff lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts and lasts. I got this when it first came out, so I don't even know what the shelf life is on it. It still works wonderful, but it takes, I mean, I don't even have to, the only reason this tube looks like it's been squeezed is because it has. I used a little, excuse me, like a little pot and put some in it, and my stepdaughter, so she could try it. This was a while ago. I'm sure she still even has some. It just takes just literally a teeny tiny drop, just like the JenniferStepps Cosmetics Clean Canvas. So I'm going to go ahead, prime my eyes, fiddle around with my brows maybe a little bit, and I will meet you guys back here soon. Alrighty, I'm back. I have the eyes primed. I have attempted to do a little something with the brows. I'm nowhere near finished with them, but I got them up there. Now, let's put some concealer on or some eye brightener on first. And I have used this recently in some of my videos, but it is a favorite, an old time favorite. It's the Becca or Smashbox under eye brightening, and I just put it on this little concealer brush from Amazon. The BS Mall is the name of them. It's the same name as the sponges. And I'm just gonna pat that right there in that inner, because I want my eyes, and I'm kind of dragging this brightener down. It's mostly off of the brush, but I'm just using kind of what's sunk in to the bristles to go under my bags, or my puffiness on my eyes. That is a trait. Although I do suffer from lack of sleep, these eye bags are not because of that. I've had them my whole life. So, now, I'm so excited to try this sponge. I don't know why. This just makes me just so happy. And funny enough, the reason that I got these sponges are probably the reason why I'm going to lose them again. My grandchildren, I'm just using 2 pumps, and this one is actually in the shade light. I have another light. I probably needed fair, but I don't have much fair left, so I'm going to use this. Let me use my finger first to put it on. But so anyway, yeah, I guess I'll go ahead and, I was going to do a separate video on it, but I'll include it in this one. So my grandchildren refer to my makeup sponges as eggs. You know, they call them eggs, and they're on my desk. Well, I have favorite eggs, and I have some that, you know, are not my favorite, but I use. Now, you know, I tell y'all all the time, I wash my sponges after my application, especially if I'm like doing my makeup and I'm not going to be filming anymore or whatever, then I will go wash it right then and there, you know, or when I get back, whatever the case may be. If I'm doing a look and I know that I'm going to be filming a couple of videos, then I'll just use the same sponge, because you know, I'm continuously using it, you know. But, and the kids love to play with them. Now, I don't normally care, but I kind of had some sponges once I found out that they just loved them. You know, I had gotten some just cheaper sponges, you know, dollar sponges, so they would have them to play with, you know, eggs. Anyway, Well, I don't know if I was not home or if I was asleep. I don't think I was asleep. Somehow, the babies went into my beauty room and got their eggs. The eggs they wanted. And I don't know, because they got my main ones, I'm thinking that they got them right after I had washed them. But this does soak up quite a bit. Although this was a very light sponge, but still. I'm going to wash it right after this one and see how they wash up. But, so, I got to looking for my sponges one day, and I couldn't find them. I was like, where in the world are my sponges at? You know, like, where did they hide? You know, I looked everywhere. If it was just one, you know, I would have thought, well, it might have fell in the bin. Two, but a Japanesque, an elf, no, not the elf. It was elf, but it was the cookies and cream marbled. My Haley's Beauty sponge, which was, you know, God, what was the other one? There were about 4 or 5 sponges that I had, you know, on my table here that I consistently use. Gone. And I wasn't happy. Not that, you know, I wouldn't fuss at the kids. They didn't know any better. I did ask them. And then I asked my husband, I said, do you know, and he knew what I meant when I said the eggs. I said, do you know what those big youngins did with my eggs? He said, what? Abby was playing with them, and she put them in her purse. I said, okay. Nobody can find them. Nobody was looking hard enough, in my opinion. But I digress. And this sponge is kind of hard to maneuver a little bit. Let's not use it for concealer. We'll use the one that I use the eye brightener on. So he said, I'll go find it. I know what it's in. I said, okay. Well, a couple of weeks went by. He didn't make no notion to go find my sponges. And I finally told him the other day, I said, honey, I won't say anything. I said, but the eggs that you let the youngins get and take home to play with, I said, they were my good ones. I said, you know how you can buy something at the dollar store and it be $1 and it might work. I said, let's just take, for instance, a screwdriver. Yeah, man talk. I said, you know how you can buy a screwdriver at the dollar store. You can. I've seen them. But when you are used to, and this, by no means, I do not mean to sound bougie, but this was the only analogy that I could really come up with for him to understand. I said, so you can buy a screwdriver at the Dollar Tree? He said, yeah. I said, well, you can also buy a Craftsman screwdriver, considerably more than $1.25. He said, yeah. I said, well, that's what my sponges were. My main issue with my sponges were, if they were going to have something to play with, I had no problem, but I wanted to give them sponges that I had, that never been used, that I had cleaned and then given to them. You know, my grandson has eczema, so we really have to be particular about their skin. But anyway, So I told him the other night, I was having to order something off of Amazon. I said, well, you know, I got to order this off of Amazon, yada yada. I said, and by the way, have you got my sponges back yet? Dang on it. He said, well, just, what did they cost? I went to pull them up online, and I told him, I said, now, some of these I got on a major sale. Some of these aren't available anymore. He said, well, find it. I'm going to set my eyes with this, the Laura Mercier Brightening Eye, Under Eye Powder. So, he said, well, go ahead and order what needs to be, go ahead and order to make up for, what I gave away. I think it's how he said it. And I said, okay. And that's what I did. I ordered my Japanese sponges. This one. This is a Japanese. I would buy these all the time when they would go on sale at Ulta. Then they took them out of Ulta. And I thought, oh man, this was my favorite sponge, and did this brand go out of business? You know, I didn't know. And I started seeing Japanese pop up at discount stores, Marshall's, TJ Maxx, places like that. So, whereas they used to be $20, and then they went to, I think, $9.99. And so that's when I bought them, when they were $9.99. And then I would find them at discount stores for like $3. And I was like, yeah. So I would scoop them up when I would find them. And I had some red and black ones, some pink and purple swirl, and a black and gray. I thought I had the black and gray one on my desk, but I must have already put it up. But so I went on Amazon and I ordered these. Here they are. They came in this. Now there's 4 of them. Well, there's my sponge I was talking about. This is a Japanese sponge. This was one of the newer ones. And this is a Japanese sponge. No, it is not. No, it is not. See, I'm telling you. But I'm not going to do it now because I've already started this. These 3 are Japanese sponges. All 3 of these wet are just doubled what they are. And I did a new Japanese and a wet Japanese, which is the gray, that one right there. Zero difference, absolutely zero, from application to cleaning to performance, everything. So got those from Amazon. And the Haley's Beauty sponge, they had one, and it'll be here today. But the only thing I'm kind of disappointed in that is it's like this color. I like darker sponges just because they're not, they don't stand out as being dirty. They may be stained, but you can't really tell. They clean up good. The best cleaning sponge that I've used yet to this day is the Wet n Wild. I mean the Elf. Elf sponges clean up spectacular, in my opinion. Just gonna take that and kind of pounce it in a little bit. So, yes, I made my husband replace my daggone sponges. And So I got, so these were all the same brand. What I say it was, BS Mall. The concealer, this came in a 2-pack, so I got 2 of these, the BS Mall. So I got 2 of these, 6 sponges, and they're in, some of them are round, some of them are slanted. There's 3 different sizes, and there's 2 of each size. And then these were a 4-pack, 2-pack, and 6 sponges. And then the Haley's Beauty is 1 sponge. So all of those sponges to replace the, 3 or 4. But anyway, when you buy, it was buy 2 or more of that, from this particular store, brand, or whatever, and you got a really good discount. Regular price, these were like super cheap. I think these were less than $5 for 4 of them. Same with all the other things. So, that was a pretty good deal, I thought. Now, we'll do blush, because I got a cream blush, and I have used this on my channel many times. This is from Believe Beauty from the Dollar General, and it is in the shade Doll Face. And let's try, I'm just gonna try to stick to this end and see what we can come up with. But so yeah, luckily he was able to make it right. And I told him, I said, don't let them youngins get into my makeup. I said, I have got stuff when they want to play in makeup. I have stuff specifically set out so they can play with it. I'm not going to give them, a palette that may have been given to me, or one that I had purchased used. That, it didn't bother me, but, I'm not going to do anything that may bother their skin, So, they use either what I have, or what they might have, or what I might have bought for them, For Christmas, Abby wanted she wanted makeup. She wanted real makeup. So, Samantha, if you are watching this and Abby is with you, hey, Abby baby, but take her in another room for a little while, or fast forward, because I'm about to talk about something. So, Abby wanted makeup for Christmas. And so, I, being the fabulous gaga that I am, got her a Disney Belle from Beauty and the Beast eyeshadow palette. It is so pretty. And it came from TJ Maxx, and I'm sure the quality is crap. I haven't swatched it. It's for her. And it wasn't disturbed or anything, so that's why I got it. And, I kind of mulled around. I went to the beauty section before I went to any other section, because I wanted to make sure, I wanted to make sure that I could find something for her without going to the kids' makeup, which is just like, what, petroleum jelly? No, not for my girl. So, I got her that. And she's played with I have 2 of them here from well, one's the villains and one is Cinderella. I had to look back to see what it was. So, I am going to put you on hold, and I will be right back. Alrighty. I had to take a short little break there. But, while I did, I took this in there, and I was like, you know what, I'm done with all my liquids, so I'll just go ahead and wash my sponge while I'm in here, yada yada yada. There's a little spot there and there that it's deeper in there and it stained it a little bit, but come on, y'all saw what it looked like. Anyway, just a little update on that. So I'm going to put that to the side so it can dry. Now, let's do the rest of my makeup. For bronzer, this right here is, I have used this before on my channel. I have named it in favorites, and just, I absolutely love, love, love this palette. This is my most panned makeup item, and it is from the I Heart Revolution, the Bronze and Glow, and it was a dupe for the Charlotte Tilbury, which I do have, but I don't use nearly like I should, and I probably should. It's not even in my everyday makeup area. I mean, if that says anything, but I'm going to put this on because I really like this stuff. Let me see, do I need to set my face first? Nope. So, I actually brought out two bronzers. The Laguna is in this palette, and I may pull it out depending on if this shows up or if it's dark enough. This just gives me the lightest wash of warmth that I'm pretty sure this was the very first bronzer that I ever owned. I kind of got into makeup around the time the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer, and this is the favorite brush that I kind of got these to use together, and they work. It just works. This works for all my bronzers, and I always look. I have two of them, and I used one for blush and one for bronzer, and I just have always stuck with it. It's just perfect application. But just for old time's sake, I'm going to go in this palette. This is a NARS, and what does that say? Guy Bourdin. I have no idea who that is. But the palette, this palette is so sticky. I mean, it is that old. But, and it doesn't even have the names on the back. I had to Google because I couldn't remember what all the names of them were. One of them is Orgasm, which I think is this one or this one. I don't remember. And then there's a highlighter, and that's Laguna Bronzer. But I'm going to go into a little bit of the Laguna. And see. Yep. Just takes a little bit. Hello? Hello?
Hello, Sleeping Beauty. You up?
I'm up. What you doing?
Standing on the roof of this freaking dap.
Lord.
Looking at the sun coming up across the North Carolina skies.
I heard that. I've been up since 5:45, thank you.
Oh, you should have texted me and said you were up, because I called the tax place, and that's a waste. But that goes to the landfill. Everybody pays that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, long but $132.
Yeah. Okay.
She
Well,
said everybody pays. I said, well, I'm good with it.
yep.
Whatever. Anyway, hey, I'm gonna get one of them honey hams from over there at the honey ham place by, over there.
Yeah.
We were the other day. Yeah. I think it'll be good for Thanksgiving.
God knows that is going to be a lot of money.
It's gonna be expensive, but the goddamn, you can't cook one that's gonna taste that good. I don't care who you are.
All right.
I'm telling you, that shit will melt in your mouth.
I know. Look.
Yeah. I know it's expensive, but They ain't about 100 and some bucks.
Alright. 10-4.
I think they got a smaller version. Yeah, I think they do. I think they got two prices, $175 and the other one's $150.
Gotcha. 10-4.
Who else coming?
Us, Mom and Daddy, and Samantha and Ryan and the babies.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna get a little man barbecue that day.
Yeah, I know. I thought you were gonna do that anyway.
Well, I was, but I ain't get, unless if that's what everybody wants, I get them plates.
Well, that was what you and Mama and everybody was like, yeah, barbecue or chicken's fine with us.
Well, what we could do is we could get the combination plates.
Just not get them. You need to get them individualized. You need to get like a quart of this, a quart of that, instead of trying to do plates. It's gonna be a whole hell of a lot cheaper to do it like and get it in bulk.
Yeah, but then you ain't got the plate to eat it out of. If you think so. I just always like
I know.
the plates, because
You get plates and you got the damn pull out.
I want everybody to carry them mess with them when they leave too.
Well, we'll get some plates and some.
$15 a plate.
All right, okay. We'll talk about it tonight, baby.
Why? You got a minute. You talk on this phone. I ain't talking to you tonight. Well, call over there at Parker's and see how much this stuff costs if you get it in bulk, or how much a tray costs.
Okay.
Call over there and ask them, and see can we pick it up. I guess it'll be Thursday by lunch. I don't know if that place is even open.
Well, if they're not, we'd have to get it Wednesday.
Yeah, and then you'd have to get it in bulk. That way you can store it in the refrigerator.
Yeah.
But you could get the barbecue. Then you got to figure out if you want to get the potatoes and all that, and then just reheat it up, which would be fine.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to have some Thanksgiving food.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, get maybe some barbecue, a couple chicken bags.
Yeah.
Couple quarts of Brunswick stew, green bean. Well, I can make green beans. Ain't no need to buy nothing like that, or macaroni, when I can fix that here.
Yeah, you can fix that and the sweet potato casserole.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we're not gonna need that much from Parker's. You know.
I'll just get it the day before. I'm gonna try to get off work. I think we get off work Wednesday at lunch.
Okay.
I'm sure some of us can slip out of here, and I can be one of them.
Yeah. 10-4.
All right.
All right, baby.
See you later.
Bye. Okay, so I am going to set that blush with a blush that never leaves my my favorites. And that is this Essence Satin Touch blush. It says I'm new. It is not new. They don't even make these anymore. This one happens to be in the shade Satin Love, 20 Satin Love, and it looks like that. These little things were, I think, $1.99. I had another color, but I gave that away. I gave that away. So I'm going to take my blush brush right here, and I'm going to top the bronzer. I mean the Believe Beauty. I mean, this is just so pigmented, and it is so good and so pretty. And it doesn't take away that Believe Beauty has a glow to it, and so does this. So I don't feel like I'm losing anything when I use these blushes. And I just, this is truly, Essence has some of the best drugstore stuff, and blush is one of my favorite things to wear. So, can y'all tell how excited it did? It made me. Now, for highlight, I'm going to go in with this. This is the Laura Geller Baked Highlighter Duo. This was in French Vanilla and Dulce de Leche. Probably said that wrong. I'm very sorry. That's what it looks like. And I paid a $2.99 for this. Where did I get? Oh, I got this from, it used to be called Rugged Warehouse. I think it's called Gauges now. Anyway, I mean, that's what that looks like. That is so pretty. So pretty. And I was I into makeup when I got this? I don't even know. But I just like to swirl in it. But this is a very, very old highlighter. But it works. You know? It works. I just really love it. I don't ever bring it out as much. I did put it in my, it was in my everyday cabinet, everyday makeup storage. That's what I was trying to say with this. Now, I'm going to spray my face, and then I'm going to show you the palette that I'm going to use for my eyes. So, I'm going to go in with the Gerard Cosmetics Slay All Day. And this, I really did enjoy. I really do enjoy. I really did enjoy it a lot when I first got it. It's very pretty, very hydrating, and it smells very good. So let's fan that in. These fans, coincidentally, funny story, have absolutely nothing to do with makeup. And for why I'm using a fan, I'll tell y'all a funny story when I do my eyes. So, I'm getting the things that I've used put to the side. I am going for my eyes, and I'm going to use this Urban Decay, the Elements eyeshadow palette. I mean, this is still in the box. I love this. I love this palette. I don't like the way I have to store it. That's another reason why I keep the box, because the box is square. This is not. But this is just, look at the detail on that. It is just really pretty. And it's, you know, black on the back side. And it's a really nice mirror. And that is the palette. And it's so pretty. So we're going to use this. So, the fan story. I have one, and it is put up. It has been taped. It has been rescued. And so I keep it put up because it is very, very, very fragile. But it is a hand fan, and it was it had a metal this part was metal, and when you close the fan, it it closed in kind of on itself, and it clipped. Anyway, several of the pieces had split, and so, like I said, I taped it back together. But this is really going into the weeds, if you would, but it kind of goes along with the story. So I had early menopause, very early. Trying to think, was I even 30? I was either late 20s or I just turned 30. Regardless, a very long time ago, I had a complete hysterectomy. Now, so, and with that comes menopause. It's a fact of life. It is something that you can't avoid. The change is what I'm referring to. What you can't escape it. So whether it's natural, or was forced medically. There we go, medically. So I stayed hot all of the time, sweaty, just unbearable. That going through menopause was some of the worst times, and I'm not sugarcoating this at all. However, I had it, I went through it, made it out the other side. But there would be times when I couldn't get cool. And by couldn't get cool, I mean, when you have a hot flash, if any of you have them, they can come at any time. They can come in the middle of the night. They can come in the middle of an important business meeting. It doesn't matter. Menopause, don't care who you are, what you're doing. So, my sweet mother-in-law, God rest her soul, knew what I was going through. And so she bought me that fan, and I kept that fan in my purse. It was one of those things that, you don't leave home without your wallet or your keys. I didn't leave home without that fan. That is how powerful it was to me, in the sense of, because when I would get hot flashes, it would be a pure panic, because I was like, in my mind, as this hot flash was going on, in my mind, it's just like, feeling like just sweat was just dripping off me, where if I'm talking to somebody, they may be like shivering because they're cold, and here I am over here sweating like I've, it was embarrassing. It no other way to look at it. It was embarrassing. It was a really, really, really hard adjustment. And, I have gotten some relief in the last couple of years. I would not take, and I know that there are a lot of different things that people can say, so forth and so on. I did not take estrogen by mouth. I did try the cream estrogen, and it was so bad that by the time at this time you applied this cream on the part of your legs your thighs, I guess, from your leg bone all the way down to your knee. That's where you put the estrogen cream in. And so that's what I did. And when I tell you that before I could properly get it on, I was sweating it off. It was not a fun time in my life to be in menopause. And but I handled it the best way that I could. It was something that was not going away, but and even if I had taken estrogen, I don't think it would have went away. But it's been many, many years, and I always kept one of those fans. Or I've already stuck it back. Yes, I always kept one of these fans with me. My kids have got them. You can find them like at the dollar stores or little flea markets, and I love them. Every time I use them, I just get such a really good memory. The memory comes back, and it's just like, man, I miss my mother-in-law so much. She was such a remarkable woman, and I just loved my mother-in-law, and she was the type of woman that was so much more than a mother-in-law to me, and we had such a short time with her. I did. But at any rate, so I always would have those fans. That was my little story time for that. Now, let's get back to this makeup before I start crying, because I don't want to cry. Well, we've gone this far. Let's do... what color do I want to use? I kind of want to use a green, but I kind of want to use a pink. But I kind of want to use a pewter. Let's go in. So far I've used this shade, and I'm thinking about going in with a little bit of this shade. So let's do that. Let's go in with a little bit of that. Not much. I might need to get a different brush. I watched one of Jen Love's videos, and where she's talking about her favorites and fails of the last few years, and are they still or are they still favorites, or are they still fails? And it was such a really good video, and this palette was on there. I think this palette was 2018, and she had used it in that video, and she was talking about how this particular palette was kind of at the end of Urban Decay's good era, because then it was just, then they started just pumping out all the naked palettes, not the like naked original 1, 2, or 3 or whatever. It was this, and then they came out with the cherry, heat, ultraviolet, just a whole bunch of them, and I have several of them. They are not the quality that this is at all, in my opinion. I will get rid of those before I would ever get rid of this. Now I think that green might actually be pretty. Nope. I know what color I'm going to wear. I'm going to wear that teal color right there. And let's go in with this brush. This is what I used. She's just so pretty. And this is dry. This went on dry. Okay, now I got caught up on this eye, and I'm going to clean this up a little bit. But I did go back in and wet my brush, and it intensified it quite a bit. Yep. So, for the outer, I think I'm going to... I really love aqua and purple, y'all. This. So that's the color I already have laid down, and that's pretty, but this is too. Oh, I know what I'm gonna do. Ooh, I'm gonna do, yes, I'm gonna use both these colors. I don't want to. Okay. It don't take much to excite me, y'all. So, let's see. Yep, that is a shimmer. I was like, is that a shimmer? Okay. I am going to wet it. I think I'm actually going to take my finger and do that. This does feel dry, so that may be. No, it's going on pretty good now. I think I just had to get that layer off. Okay, now let's do this eye. Wet it. Okay, now for the last color, I'm going in with this color, which is this color in the palette, which is one of my favorites. And I'm going to use my finger for this. This is what it looks like on the hands. It's so pretty. And I'm just going to pop that. Oh, yes. And then when it's almost off my finger, I'm just going to tap it over the eye. Yes, I like this. I'm not complaining. And I'm not going to touch it anymore. I'm going to close. Well, I do need to do an inner corner. Let's grab this brush. The inner corner, I think I'm going to use that one right in the center. This one. And I'm going to want to wet it. It looks like it's got a shift to it. So let's see what the shift is. Ooh, both these colors. It's kind of subdued. Okay, let me try it this way. Yeah, much more. That's pretty. Very pretty. I do have fallout, but we can fix that. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. I'm not going to do anything under the lower lashes because, can y'all hear my stomach growling? I hope not. It's been growling all morning. Now, I already set the face with the spray. Now I'm going to go into this thing that I never pull out because it was so very expensive and special occasion-ish, but I'm going in with the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Palette. And what this one has, dim light, incandescent, and radiant. And what I typically do is just take my big brush and go over all of this. Yeah, just do that motion there and get it on. And I just kind of finish the face off. Sometimes I'll even put this on a stipple brush. Now, this comes in its case too, or in its box too, honey. Shh. If I'm going to spend stupid amounts of money on makeup, I am going to protect at all costs. Now, okay, for mascara, I'm going in with the Marc Jacobs. And this is a really, really good mascara. There are very few mascaras that I can wear that don't, or that are not waterproof, and this is one of them. And I pulled out quite the opposite for eyeliners. This is, and they don't even sell this anymore. This is from Wet n Wild, and it is the Ultimate Brow Highlighter. And it looks like this, and it's got a sharpable point, and I guess you're supposed to use it up here to highlight your brow, which I never did to right this minute. I always would use this in the waterline, you know. I just always thought it brightened my eyes to do the waterline like this. And then I brought out, this one is from, I think, Milani. Yeah. In Purple Quartz. And this one, I think, had a little bit of a sheen to it. Glitter. Easy Liner Glitter. Fingers crossed. I'm going to see if I can tight line this. So, yeah, I'm going to fast forward this because this is not a good look. Okay, so this didn't work out. I tried to tight line and my eye immediately started watering. So what I did was I just took and did a very teeny tiny amount. I don't even know if you can see it, but I did it right there, and the same on this eye. I can't do wings because I have really severely hooded eyes. So I usually just take, you know, and if I'm going to wear eyeliner, I'll just kind of take it past where that crease is, you know. Doggone it, the tip broke. Just kind of like that, where it's a wing, but it's not a wing. So it's a illusion. There. I'm satisfied with that. This is the completed look of just some forgotten favorites. For lips, I'll be really honest with you. 99% of my lipsticks are currently in a container that I am going through to sort out. But I did have one sitting on my desk, and this was you can see a little bit of that glitter on the eyes. This is the SAS Cosmetics. I think this is in Boy Bye. Yep. This was one of my favorite colors, and I'm going to just put this on. I don't even have a lip liner up here, y'all. Alrighty guys, this is the completed look of just a full face of some of my favorites that I just haven't used anymore, and in a long time. So I'm very satisfied with how everything turned out. I love the eyes. I wish they hadn't started watering, but you know, that is just a life for me. So let me put my glasses on so I can see you all. I hope you stuck around to the end. I'm sorry this is so long. I do appreciate each and every one of you, and I hope you all have a happy and safe Thanksgiving, if that is what you celebrate. If not, I hope you have a safe and happy Thursday. As always, be beautiful, be kind, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.